What's up guys, in this video I'm going to talk about the 3 concepts that will affect how healthy you are overall and how you will look, what your body will look like, okay? And they are in no particular order: how often you eat or fasting, what you eat, when you eat, refeeds, and what kind of workouts you're doing, like how you work out. Cool, so if you want to see that, stick around. Okay, so normally, like in the fitness world, they only talk about 2 of these things, which is what you eat and what kind of workouts you do. Okay, now this is kind of like the baseline level of understanding for most people who exercise or who like care about their health, is they think, okay, I have to eat these foods, not eat these foods, and I have to train semi-regularly. However, and this has happened to me as well, right? What you'll notice is that a lot of people who train on a regular basis, yeah, they might have some muscles, but they've got like a little bit of fat over their stomach. They don't have those like crisp, clear, like shredded washboard abs, and that's what they want, right? So they spend tons of time doing cardio, you know, and like whatever, all these ab exercises, and they're not able to get that like really shredded look. And in my opinion, that's because it never occurs to them to take the 3rd concept into consideration, which is how often you eat, right? Or how often you fast. Okay, now we'll talk about the other 2 first, and then we'll talk about that one. Okay, so first, what do you eat, right? That's the main question for people who are trying to get in shape. Like, just tell me what to eat. Give me the meal plan, tell me what to eat, tell me when to eat it, and I'll do it, right? Don't make me think, just give me the instructions, you know, I'll pay you for it, right? And I mean, you can pay a nutritionist, who are always fat, by the way, just saying. You can pay a nutritionist to write up a meal plan for you, tell you how many calories and what ingredients. In my experience, that's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, because all you really need to do is understand the concepts behind that meal plan, or really not that meal plan, but a proper meal plan, and follow those, okay? What are the concepts? Number 1, eat only natural foods, okay? A lot of people call this paleo, but I try to stay away from like stupid fad diet labels like that, except the snake diet, which is the bomb. But essentially what you want to do, think of it like this. Does it grow out of the ground? Did it come from an animal? Does it grow on a tree? If it's yes to any of those, you can eat it, okay? Or this is my like new thing that I thought about, right? If there was a nuclear apocalypse right now and we lost all of our technology, would you be able to make it in your village if you had all the ingredients, okay? If the answer is no, then don't eat it, all right? Now, obviously you can cheat a little bit and like, you know, I guess you could say, yeah, well, I can make wine. Does that mean I can drink as much wine as I want? No, obviously not. But that's a general guideline that you can go off of. I would say eat mostly meat, because meat is very filling and there's a lot, it's like very nutrient dense, so you'll get a lot of protein, you know, and if you're exercising, which you should be, then it's very good for recovery, okay? Also, you also need carbs too. I'm not saying don't eat carbs, so like definitely eat fruits, eat some rice, because rice, again, grows out of the ground. I guess wheat grows out of the ground as well, but bread does not grow out of the ground, okay? So you see the difference there? Point number 2, what kind of workouts are you doing, all right? Now, most beginning fitness people, if they don't start with the sport, they will start with weight training in the gym, which is essentially bodybuilding, which is, you know, most of the culture of lifting weights comes from bodybuilding. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and all those guys who made it popular. The reason why gyms popped up all over the place is because of them, and that's just the dominant meta or culture in the gym these days still. Even though you have things like CrossFit and stuff like that that are getting more traction, it's still mainly bodybuilding. So what am I trying to say? In fitness, there's an expression that says form follows function, okay? Meaning that the shape of your body will change based on the type of exercises that you do, right? Like easiest example is, easiest example is an arm wrestler, right? If you have somebody, what is that noise? Fucking chicken's going crazy. If you have somebody who only wrestles with their right arm, God, it's chicken dying over here. If you have somebody who only trains their right arm because they're an arm wrestler, obviously they're gonna have big muscles on their right arm and the rest of their body is gonna be neglected, right? Give or take. So the same kind of concept applies depending on what kind of workouts you do. If you do a bro split, you know, weightlifting training regimen for 12 weeks and then you switch to 8 weeks and blah, 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 like a bodybuilder, then you're going to look more like a bodybuilder. If you do Muay Thai, right, and you do a lot of cardio and you do a lot of boxing and a lot of kicks, then you're going to develop other muscles that are going to change your body in another way. If you do gymnastics, for example, and you're a guy, right, you're going to have very big shoulders and a very big chest. You're going to have jacked arms and a ripped core. If you do gymnastics and you're a girl, you're still going to have broad shoulders. You're going to be very thin, probably have like a smaller bust size, and you'll be extremely flexible. You get the idea? So when you, like what I like to tell people when they're just starting getting fit again or starting to work out, is that pick an athlete who you want to look like them and then just train the same way they do, right? Train in the same, do their sport essentially. One of the reasons why I like to do Muay Thai is because I really like the look of like a lean, ripped Muay Thai fighter. Like there's this one, I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but Buakaw or something. But this guy is like rock solid. He's retired now, but the guy is a monster. And I would love to have that type of body. That'd be great. So that's one of the reasons I do Muay Thai. It's also another one of the reasons why I talk so much about gymnastics, because in my opinion, they have perfect bodies. Like it's literally perfect. CrossFit is kind of a close second. They're like a little bit bulkier, a little bit like more lumberjack looking. Anyway, make sure that you're don't just go to the gym and like do anything. I mean, that's better than doing nothing, but the best way to do it once you get a little bit of like fitness experience, I guess, is to pick a sport or pick an athlete who you want to emulate and just do what they do to get that type of body. Cool? Number 3, back to fasting now. So in my experience, like what separates the men from the boys, obviously number 1 is going to be like, okay, like are they on steroids, right? If they're on steroids, not so much you can do to achieve that look. Like not much you can do. I don't care what supplements you take. You take creatine, you take agmatine, you take whatever, you know. You can take anything you want. Like if you're not on steroids, you're not, it's tough to get that big and be that cut all at the same time. Okay, but we'll put that aside for the second. The second thing is how often are you fasting? Okay, because you can get that lean through fasting and the right types of exercises. Okay, you are going to have to do a lot of cardio. You are going to have to refeed on the right types of food. You are going to have to limit your carb intake. You know, limit things like fruit if you're looking for that lean, ripped look. But general guidelines, like what would I say for like how often you should eat? If you are fat, obese, like you're going to want to fast a lot until you get down to a normal weight, right? One thing that I like to recommend is fast for 48 and then eat and then do a 72 and then eat and then 48, 72, 48, 72. It just helps to get a nice like routine, okay? If you are skinny fat, right? You get a lot of skinny fat guys on 4chan who will say like, should I bulk or cut, right? Because they're essentially skinny, but they have no muscle mass. So you get some people that tell them to cut, which I think is a huge mistake, because if they cut, they're gonna be like, we call it Auschwitz mode, which is, you know, they look like they just got out of Auschwitz. Like, okay, they're ripped, right? But like next to them, like a starving African, you know, looks fat, right? So you don't wanna cut if you're skinny fat. You don't wanna fast if you're skinny fat unless you have a health issue that you're trying to solve. Cool? If you're like, I would say, if you train regularly, but you just have a little bit of extra fat, then I would say start with the 48 and go from there, right? Definitely like the first 48 hours are the hardest. I always say that, but if you can get past those first 48 hours and you have like a little bit of extra fat, it's kind of easier to go longer. I try to tell people not to fast longer than like, don't do more than 72 hours because you'll lose too much weight and you'll get too much into the habit of losing a lot of weight very quickly. It can mess with your hormones, and also it will make you more like loose when you refeed because you'll have too strong of a mentality thinking to yourself, oh, well, I just lost all that weight, now I can eat like crap for a few days and I won't experience the downsides of it because I can just lose the weight again as quickly as I want. So if you're like fit, you work out, I would say, you know, do 1 48-hour fast per week. I like to do Monday because it's generally a slow day anyway. And on the weekends, obviously, you know, Friday night, maybe you have dinner with friends. Saturday, maybe you go out. And then Sunday's like a day for relaxing. Like maybe you don't want to fast. Or you can do your fast after a day where you you binge a little bit. Like maybe you go to a wedding, maybe you go to like a bar mitzvah if you live in New York or Israel. Yeah, all right. So like general rules, like fast after you eat like crap. Fast once a week if you're reasonably fit. If you're skinny fat, don't fast. Just eat a lot of healthy food, lean meats, and like work out. Get some muscle on there. And if you're fat, like fast a lot. Okay. I think that's pretty much everybody. I could go on, but this video is 10 minutes long. I'm gonna have to edit it later. Not excited about that. Cool. All right. So if you guys have any questions about something I went over in this video, or maybe something I didn't go over in this video, ask me in the comments. If you like the video, click like. If you want to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button. Like, I'm at over 500 subscribers now. I want to get to 1,000 soon, like as soon as possible. Really want to get to 10,000. Anyway, yeah, also check out my other channel where I do like internet marketing, make money online, videos, marketing software reviews, lead generation, affiliate marketing, stuff like that, okay? So head over there, check out that channel, subscribe there, subscribe here, like, comment. Peace.